just fall into a dream.
Too.
I've gotten a little lazy, but I've also gotten very busy. It's all about, I'm creating some different websites, some different products actually for the residential side of the business. This is something interesting I really haven't shared, especially in a forum like this. But
Sweet.
I'm trying to come up with a way to monetize the residential side of real estate, because when you sell a house, you get this big check, right? It's you look at your CDA, your closing documents, and it's, $15,000 for your real estate. You sold a $500,000 house or whatever, right? So your
Sure.
buy side, your sell side got $15,000 each, right? 6% commission on a $500,000 house. Well, you don't really know what that is. You don't know what 30,000 is. There's no like, oh, it was $10 for coffee. You know what I'm saying? 30 for gas. What is actually going into that fee? And so I don't really want to say too much more, but maybe I could bring it back. But we are going to really try to drill down on what an agent uses, whether it's a CMA or some sort of looking at comps, and really try to monetize that and provide that to the owner and try to turn the owner into the broker, hence the name iBroker.com. So that's
iBroker.com.
Yeah, this is all new. I'm working with a company, the same, one of my friends, Paige, she's a web developer. She works with like Samsung and big companies. And she'll be a lot more efficient at building this product, but we'll see. A lot of residential agents might not like it because it'll break the commission down. But I'm not afraid of that because, there's those people out there, especially in residential, that you meet with. They always think you're smarter than you. You meet with them and you try to tell them something. They always know more, right? And, those are people I'm not ever going to get their money. But how can I sell them something? How can I, how can I monetize this and get some money from them? How can I give them something of value as well? So that's something that I'm really trying to do because I focus more on commercial.
So what you're trying to do is give the common man or woman the insight into what it actually costs to get their house sold.
The insight and the cost and the execution as well. I want to basically on this one they have one house. It's not like they're trying to sell more. They can focus on this one house. It's easy enough to be able to teach them, whether it's through short tutorial videos or, materials or what have you, how to analyze. I'm also creating a program where I would be available or my agents would be available for consultation. And we're actively working in the market. We would be there for, a couple phone calls to assist you. And, we haven't worked out all the details yet on how all that would work, but the goal is to limit the amount of cost the owner has to pay, especially in a time like now in a pandemic. Everybody needs every dollar and people are getting kicked out of their houses and that sucks. And so how do we save them money on the front end? How do we create a system where hopefully we bring the buyer and we save them even more there, 4%, on the average transaction, which is getting close to 300,000 nowadays. I mean, that's $12,000. So if I can tell somebody I can save you $10,000, and give you the products to do it yourself, I think there's some legs there. So but not a lot of people want to do it because no one wants to cut their commission. But
so basically, you're trying to have the owner, for the most part, be able to negotiate a better percentage because they're doing a majority of the legwork.
Exactly. I'm turning them into essentially a broker because the rule in Texas is, the only people that can sell the house are who? An agent, a lawyer, or you, the owner, basically, or power of attorney, all those sorts of things. So that's pretty powerful. It's not like, I own a bunch of coffee, so I can go trade commodities. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work like that. But in the real estate world, it does. So I think it's very interesting. And I think, the cost savings, it's all about providing value and lowering the expense and the commission. I believe in 6%. And there's definitely situations where I'll deserve the 6%, where you need me to do it. But, there's definitely people out there that it's a slam dunk, they're not upside down on their house. They want just and I think, those are the people that will target that'll be able to take it on themselves.
So it's essentially people who want to do the extra legwork.
That they feel like they're knowledgeable. You have those, I'm working with a couple right now. They're looking for a house in the Woodlands area, and she's like, you don't have to do searches for me. You don't have to send me properties. She's like, I'm sending you. I'm like, fine, perfect. That sounds great. I'll just sit back and wait for the text to come in, schedule them for you, and we'll go with it. It's someone like that is scouring HAR or whatever it is every day. That's someone that they're seeing the market, they're seeing the terms. They have some familiarity, and it would be easy to convert them into a situation if they own their own house. Right. To where they could save some money, do the transaction themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like on our side. You have someone who may not need a commercial energy broker because of the fact that they're already willing to call 6, 7, 8 suppliers on their own end. They're already watching the market themselves. Maybe they're in that industry somehow. And so there's no need to have us do that for them. No, obviously it's always better.
There's need, and you have the relationships, right?
Yeah.
And there's always a value to you. A lot of people don't see the value. There's always value to me, but and there's still going to be the 6% deals and all that, but there's going to be those people, like you said, that have done, the rare people that have done all the homework. It's like, what am I going to tell this guy?
Exactly.
He's hit it hard, and
it's literally like if there's a Roger 2.0 or a Matt 2.0 that just doesn't happen to have the same industry or the same connection, but they do all those things.
They're successful people. They're not, there's no one's got their hand in their back. They're not puppets. They're out there, and there's enough information out there now that you can be pretty dangerous, in anything you do.
That's true. That's true. I think technology in general. I think there's almost every industry is trying to have some automation.
And that's the reason for it, because the companies like Open Door, and what do they have? They're a national presence. They have this big presence and all that. But what's the difference? I want to be local. I want to do that for Houston. So that's my competitive advantage, is the local intimate market knowledge versus the big guy coming in.
Yeah.
And so I think you start here. I think you have to think about that automation and think about how real estate will be done in the future. And if it's done by me being on an island somewhere and you're just buying products to help you, complete the transaction, perfect.